We are at the top of the 89 stairs, and Fatima is sampling some of this black, we don't know what it is, that's on the walls. We're going to see if there's any DNA matter inside of these samples.
The biochem team split up, and I'm being the data collector, so they're giving me all of their data, and we're just kind of going around the cave and collecting interesting samples where we see some growth or maybe some water, because that's where the bacteria or maybe even fungi would be, and so because there's a lot of nutrients there. So we're just collecting samples around the cave, and then I'm recording it in my notebook and parafilming all these plates and just keeping track of everything so that we can go back when we do our data collection, we can go back and see that in our records. It was really difficult to find life in the cave, actually. One cool thing that I think we found was we found like a family of like invertebrates and they were all eating some sort of thing that was on the ground, and so that was really interesting to find, and we got a lot of samples from there.
So we collected a lot of water samples, and then a lot different algae and then stuff on the different media. So hopefully something will grow. The main focus was to figure out if there is any life in the cave. So we don't really know yet. I think once we start working on those plates and then water sample, then we'll figure it out.
I was really surprised, honestly, about all the rocks, which, I mean, I guess most people would say, oh, it's a cave, obviously there's going to be rocks. But I think most of us were surprised how, it was just so dry down there, I guess. There was water and everything, but as far as life that was growing, there really wasn't a lot. And that the rocks were kind of just maintaining their own environment, I guess.
I think last time when I came here, it was all about, trying to figure out fluorescence and all this stuff. So I never really thought about what if we could come back and then, do some experiment and collect samples for life. I never thought about it.
I think that it would be cool to go in the places where the tourists aren't allowed and just take lots of samples in those places, because I think a lot of the samples that we got in the cave were because of what tourists have brought into the cave. So I think it would be interesting to see what kind of life is in places where people don't go.